Okay, the first thing you want to do is you want to set the elevation of your motor. Now what we're looking at is the motor itself mounted on the pole. And you adjust your motor based on your latitude, and mine just happens to be 42. Slight adjustment. And that's where it stays. Now that we have installed our dish and we have set the elevation for our motor, we now have to set it for our dish. In order to do this, we have to find out what our declination angle is. Now, if you look at the chart, the elevation and declination angle table that comes with your motor, or at least it should. Well, you can't see the numbers on there, but I'll read them out loud to you. My particular latitude is 42. And the chart to the right says I have a declination angle of 6.5 and dish bracket angle of 23.5. So we will set it to 23.5. To those of you who do not understand the math, the dish bracket angle starts at 30. Now, even though this may range from 0 to oblivion, or start at 20 and go to 80 as mine does, you just move it to 30, and according to the chart, the declination angle was 6.5, so you just subtract, and that's how they got 23.5. So let's move the dish to where it belongs, as close as we can anyway. There may need some fine tuning. It's hard to say. Hopefully I have my correct wrench here. Please note that when installing some of these, some of your dishes may be very heavy. You may want a helper, someone to hold onto your dish while tightening your nut, as I do not have a helper. I'm at my own mercy. And that's not going to hold. Another wrench. Seen a lot of professional videos and they never show the hard work involved. Down. Okay. Another motor you might want to take into consideration when doing your motorized dish setup is a DG380 by PowerTech, and it's sold by Sedan. It's another good motor. Recently came across it, bought it, installed it. This is set up exactly the same as the last motor I just showed you. The adjustments are all made the same. The adjustments on the dish are all the same. This motor doesn't have any backlash like the DMS International does, SG2100. Backlash is fine, but when you get into a heavier dish, it can be a problem, because when you're changing your channel and your dish is moving east to west, you're going to find that your L&B is going to be off. So your dish is going to try to aim at a certain satellite, and it's going to be it's going to move itself a little bit to the left or to the right, and you're going to end up missing your satellite. So keep that in mind when installing your motors or purchasing your motor, and when deciding which size satellite dish you're going to go with. This size dish, almost 4 foot, is a little bit overkill for KU band. It's not necessary for most people, but I have a lot of trees, so I took that into consideration when I did my dish. The motor I showed you just previous to this is perfectly fine. In fact, it has pretty good reviews. So it would be best used, the SG2100, not the one we're looking at. This motor here, got a little mud on it. It would be best used on a dish of this size. Now, I don't recommend Dish Network or DirecTV dishes for KU band. These are reverse polarity LNBs anyway, so they're really not going to work. You also don't want to use a dish this small. You want to use a dish at least 36 inches in size. 42 is usually best, but 36 will work for some people. And the only difference between a pole-mounted satellite dish, or you can still do it pole-mounted, but for these small dishes, instead of using this arm here, you would remove the arm and you would install this. So perfectly fine for smaller dishes or lighter weight dishes. You can use a large dish like this, but you're going to want to use a lighter weight. This is over 25 pounds. Alright, let's go show you how this works and some of the channels that I'm able to receive currently. And I'll give you an idea of what you can expect from a setup like this. Alright, this is my menu on my free-to-air receiver, and I have made a favorites list so that I'm not scrolling through and boring you with empty channels that have nothing on them. So just to give you an example of what to expect. That's a feed.
Them out of the world, but keep them in the world. Keep them safe in the world. You and
Through.
I'll hold it until you're ready.
It's midnight. Ships are busy working.
When you're not, they choose it. But now you have come.
His last speech to the country. He gave it with a telephone in the helmet.
The rain is short-lived. Without missing much of a beat, the team is
Church than anywhere else. The martyr syndrome. I will remove myself.
Saying, yes, I am standing up for Israel and for its land promised by God to Abraham.
Isaiah 2, that's
No, but if you got two, would it be worth it?
Will have no results. That they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you, they have the...
Dance the monkey mambo.
You know as well as I know, there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the church world that
Have reached to heaven.
when you join with your giftable,
kind of, embrace that entrepreneurial spirit. Let them leave the service for a couple of years and come back.
Way to the holy, what we call the Holy Land.
It looks very smart on you, sir. Very smart. Huh?
We're gonna have to quarantine. When the wolf attacks, Buck saves the day. But
Let me answer the question, or address the question this way.
Seems like a lot of people. How challenging is that?
Well, they don't all report to me. That would drive me nuts.
U.S. Coast Guard Type A1 code. And welcome back. This is now the segment of the program that we call Building Code.
Despite those titles, power and pelf, the wretch
And we're back where we started. So that just gives you an idea of what to expect from a KU band free-to-air satellite dish. You can receive more programming with a new project that I'm not sure if I'm going to pursue, but it's called C-band on small dish. If I do, I will make a new video and I will post it. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you have learned something.